Good morning and thank you for tuning in. It is Saturday, May 14th. It is about 10:30 or so down here in the basin in Phoenix, Arizona. Haven't made a video in a while. Things have been kind of crazy with school. But now that the school year is coming to an end, testing is done, I find myself with a little bit more time. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go take a look at the garden. We're going to go over and we're going to look at the aquaponics system. We're going to talk about some of the issues I've had and am currently having within the aquaponics. It's not doing the best. We've got 2 grow beds set up, very minimal growth. I've had issues with fish dying. So in the whole system, 350 gallons plus or minus. I think I'm down to like 4 fish or something. So needless to say, the ammonia levels and the nitrates and all that fun fancy jazz are definitely not there. pH is about 7.5, sits there pretty good. Temperature is sitting in the 80s in the day. We're starting to get up into the triple digits down here in the basin. So we're gonna have to start combating that soon. But we'll take a look, we'll let you see what's going down and go over the issues. We'll also take a look at the garden box today, which is going absolutely crazy with the addition of some Happy Frog tomato and vegetable fertilizer. Just blew my shit up ridiculous amounts. And then last we'll take a look at the wicking bed, which I threw in together. I used the side of an IBC tote, which I'll show you. We've got some corn in it. I was a little skeptical at first, but right now it seems to be doing the trick. So we'll take a look at that as well. So let's get started. Let's take a look. All right, here we are. We're under our little awning deal. We got our fish tank, our shade cloth, our little foam little astronaut blanket or whatever it is. We're filling it up right now. It's coming out real slow. We also got the water for the garden box going, and they are on the same deal. Other stuff. But I keep having issues with fish dying. I've been waiting to put more in to see when they stop. But then they just, all of a sudden, just another one's dead. So I think we have 3 fish in here. I think the problem is this dude. Maybe not feeding him enough. Maybe he's too big, too territorial, but he's way massive. So I think we're going to get some bigger fish next go around. Put something in this space to break it up and kind of go from there. We've got our air stones. They're doing the deal. Got a big commercial grade air pump, 70 liters per minute, and our simple RO system that needs filters. So this is all doing well. So the radial flow filter is doing fantastic. We empty it out of the bottom about once every 2, maybe 3 weeks, and we pump it into our regular dirt garden box, which I'll show you here in a few because it's going awesome. So our 2 media beds, we got one here and the other one over there. The chard is still doing really well. They're massive plants from our winter. Hopefully they can continue through the summer. We'll see. Getting into the triple digits soon. It's getting hot. Let's put the shade cloths up and see what happens. So other than the 2 chard, we have a tomato in here. It seems to be doing okay. It was put in the aquaponics system before this stuff got in the garden bed. So you can see the difference with the lack of nutrients. I think I don't have enough ammonia to drive the system because my fish count is too low for the volume of water. So we need to fix that. But the chard are doing well. We eat that on the regular, and we're starting to get stuff out of the garden box, so that's great. A couple more tomatoes and a pepper. I've got some basil that I'm going to start here that I'm going to put in here. We try and use these aqua pouches. We'll see how they work. Contain some of the root mass and whatnot. But we need some growth before we can actually see if they are beneficial or not. But that's the deal with the aquaponics system. Really just the fish issue. Everything cycles real nice. Evaporation this time of year is absolutely crazy. So we're adding water every other day for the most part. But we're going. And we'll see how it goes. Now in terms of the garden box, It starts down there. We're looking at 4 feet wide, 17 feet long. It's way too wide. I just did that by accident, and it is what it is, but it does the deal. So what we have here is we've got an assortment of tomatoes, some peppers that are being overshadowed. Kale plant that's left hasn't started flowering yet, still super tasty. And then our eggplant forest over here. My son wanted sunflowers, so he grew these sunflowers. It's pretty awesome. But let's go back down here. We'll start taking a look at the things that we have in the garden box, and we'll go from there. We've got our cucumbers coming in. Pretty good stuff. These are called General Lee slicing cucumbers. So we're just gonna eat them in our salads. We've got a couple nice ones coming in. Back down in here. But it's doing well. I overplanted way too much. But I think last year I had like 4 tomato plants, so we kind of went overboard. We've got several different varieties. Some green zebras, some black cherry tomatoes, white cherry tomatoes, some sun gold, some Amish paste. But we're trying. We've got stuff coming in everywhere. Not too worried about the overgrowth. Stuff will break off. It is what it is. We're using the PVC pipe. We got some tomato cages, a lot of bamboo sticks, and the sunflowers on the other side are being used as supports, but pretty good. Hopefully we can get a bunch of tomatoes. We can jar some tomatoes, maybe make some tomato sauce. We'll see. But yeah, it's going in really well. About a month ago, I put in the Happy Frog fertilizer. I'll see if I can get a picture in, but this shit absolutely exploded. And nice little bunches of tomatoes going on. I think here's gonna be our first set that we get to eat. They're looking pretty tasty, but this stuff just goes everywhere. We had our first cucumber the last week. It wasn't quite ready. I've never had cucumber, so trial and error. But it was still tasty. They're doing really well. Shit's just absolutely incredible. I need to get up here and top these so we can put our shade cloth on. But just more tomatoes down here as well. Dinosaur kale, still super tasty. I'm doing the deal. Back in here some more for the tomatoes. Like I said, it's overplanted, ridiculous amounts. But we'll deal with that as the season goes on, and we'll just see how it works. I've never grown eggplant before, but we've got 2 different kinds of eggplant. We've got a mini eggplant, then we've got a mini purple pink eggplant. So as the temperature heats up, which it has been doing, we're starting to get tons of eggplants. I pulled a couple. Here's a nice one back here. Off the other day. I gave them to a coworker of mine because she gave me a cast iron skillet, so that's awesome. A little bit of bug issues here, but we've been doing the hand removal, soapy water, blasting them off. Really just depends on what your tolerance is. But super excited to get down in here and eat some of these and see how that's all going. And take a look at these from the backside. Get the same picture, more eggplants coming in down here. Pretty good. Pretty excited. That one looks pretty tasty down there. And then we have our massive sunflowers, which we'll take a look at. Here we are. Pretty crazy, which is pretty good. They're absolutely huge. We've started using them to trellis up a tomato plant over here. Just keeps going and going. More tomatoes. Tomatoes for days. They're just literally everywhere. It's absolutely a mess, but we stake it up and we tie it up and we trim and try to keep it not too crazy crowded. We get some airflow, kind of keep down on the bug resistance. Not too worried about it. We'll get what we'll get and we'll go from there. And then the last piece we're going to take a look at is going to be the wicking bed full of our corn. So here we are right here. It's just the side of a 275 gallon IBC tote. It's got 4-inch pipe around it on the bottom. filled up with some sand, covered with a shade cloth, and then we got our mulch and everything, and here's our fill spot. And it seems to be really doing the deal. The corn looks great. I haven't been successful with corn yet, so super excited. I don't really know how this all works, but from what I understand, it looks like corn. And we'll go from there. So looks delicious. Oh, we got some squash coming in. Spaghetti squash. Love that shit. So good. Fresh out of the garden. And that's that. So real quick again, just quick overview of everything. Take a look. What's up, buddy? You gonna wave? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for tuning in, joining us on this lovely Saturday down in the basin. Questions, comments, concerns, always welcome. Post down below. If you want to check out some of our other stuff, you can check us out at our Facebook page and Instagram page at Seeds to Sprout, or on Twitter at 602LarryAZ. Once again, thank you for tuning in and checking out our little slice of heaven back here, and while we try to grow as much food as we can. Thanks.